Hello, welcome back, or welcome for the first time. Who knows? But on today's episode of Dawn of Discussion, we will be doing essentially like a version of Would You Rather, but nerd edition.
Okay.
Yeah, but it's like more like also situational stuff. It's not just like, oh, would you rather have Superman's powers or Batman's power, like Batman's money. Like we could do stuff like that, obviously.
Yeah.
But I'll ask some funny ideas for what ifs and so on, and then
Yeah.
if Ron
Okay.
has any, he can ask me. But I am happy to start.
Yeah. Yeah.
So to start off, in a DC versus Marvel one, would you rather be in Gotham as a member of the Bat family and have 1 year of training, but your first villain and major test is the Joker,
Oh no.
or you live in New York as a member of the Spidey family
Okay.
with 1 year of training as well, but your first test is helping Spider-Man fight the Sinister Six.
All six of them,
All six of them.
but he's helping.
He is helping.
Okay.
And you are a member of the Spider family, so in a sense you have Spider-Man-like power, so climbing up walls and swinging from webs and stuff.
Oh,
You're
okay.
not just some powerless dude. Hence, same thing with, like, you've got 1 year of training with the Bat family, so Batman's taught you, you've got some gadgets
Right.
and gear and equipment. Like, you're not just like some regular dude. You've actually got a chance.
Okay. Spidey family then.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
I mean that's pretty clear cut for me. I think the Joker is a more diabolical villain than people give him credit for,
Yeah.
and I think that it doesn't matter how much training you have. Fighting him, especially on your own, is incredibly scarring.
Yeah.
And also fighting the Sinister Six with Spider-Man, like he's fought them before. He knows them very well. All you have to do is do as he says.
Yeah.
And then for the most part, you should be okay.
Would you change your mind if Spidey wasn't there?
I don't know. I would have to think about it a little more. I think it is six of them.
It is six of them, but it's the problem of Joker is just that unhinged. 'Cause
Yeah.
He's not just going to kill you, he's going to torture you if he wins,
Yeah.
which is the problem.
I'm gonna say I would still face them if it was just me. Because
Okay.
at least you also get like Spider-Man's powers, and
Yeah.
that comes with a lot of like really useful things
Yeah.
to help you defeat them. I don't think that it's gonna necessarily work, but I think the consequences of losing to the Sinister Six is just a little bit more merciful than losing to the
To
Joker.
the Joker. Yep, fair enough. In another one, also DC versus Marvel.
Okay.
Be a part of the Suicide Squad,
Okay.
who is well known and cool. So you've got like some, you're kind of well
You
known.
get the cred.
Yeah, you get the credit you deserve, but you're also there for a reason with a bomb in the back of your head.
Sure.
You're being sent on a mission, whatever that may be, for the first time. Or you're just some dull member of S.H.I.E.L.D., and you're taking part in the invasion of New York, in a New York invasion level crisis. So New York is being invaded by some sort of aliens. Sure, the Avengers are around, but you're not going to be with them, and you are some nameless, no-named S.H.I.E.L.D. agent, so you're perfect right cannon fodder, realistically.
So if I join the Sinister Six, am I like
Suicide Squad.
Sorry, the Suicide Squad. You're right. Sorry. Do I have like any cool gimmicks or like
Yeah,
things going
I would
on?
say that could be left to you. I'm obviously nothing overpowered. You can be like, oh, I'm a Kryptonian. It's like, but you can
Right.
be like, I'm the best at, I don't know, I'm the best, world's most renowned swordsman, sort of thing. That kind of level. Whether or not you are the actual best, well, that's up for debate because you were caught. And,
I think I would probably still go with the Shield operative.
Yeah.
Just because it's like I don't like completely unsafe situations, and like the superpowers are great, but also like with Amanda Waller, it's like
you are
you know.
dealing with a person
Yeah.
where if you don't do exactly what she
and
says,
if you choose to go somewhere that she doesn't want, then that could be it.
yeah.
So it's
And I
not-
think the other thing is as well that with the Suicide Squad is you've got people like Harley Quinn potentially as a member.
Yeah,
That's
I don't want to
not-
work with her.
Yeah, exactly.
Um,
All right.
Yeah.
I've got only a couple more to go, but I've got some fun.
you could answer these as well.
Yes, so that's very true. So for the first one, I would be Spidey as well.
Yeah, makes sense.
Second one, I probably would be a S.H.I.E.L.D. agent, but being someone actually cool and relatively well known in the Suicide Squad could be fun, but at the same
Yeah.
time, It is a Suicide Squad. The next one, this is going to be a really difficult one. It's a zombies themed one.
Okay.
You are a survivor in the Last of Us universe.
Okay.
In a small town that is walled up, and you just have enough to survive, or you are in Britain trying to escape the outbreak of the 28 days later virus. So both are viciously brutal zombie apocalypse situations. One is it's already happened and you're kind of trying to get by. One is you are dealing with arguably probably the biggest, more recently well-known horror-themed proper zombie apocalypse, where the zombies there are ruthlessly like aggressive.
I honestly would go with the 28 days later scenario.
Interesting.
All you have to do is get out of Britain and then find a way to just get to Europe. And then, like, maybe try to hide somewhere for a couple of days.
Yeah.
Just so they don't go like, oh, you're probably infected or like carrying an infection or whatever.
Yeah.
But having done that, you're probably in the clear.
That's fair. I'm tempted to say the same, but I think the chances of survival are still phenomenally slim.
They're both pretty terrible.
They're both pretty terrible, but it's the problem, I think, just when I reflect on, like, having watched the movies, like, I watched 28 Years Later last year, and I was like, they're frighteningly, like, fast and scary.
Yeah.
Like, what they're capable of. So,
well, especially now.
And it's also at the beginning of the outbreak, so everything's in pure chaos.
Yeah.
Like, you're playing out the opening to the Last of Us game as everything is going to shit and the military is fucked and unable to help.
Yeah.
So,
but also in that film, it is kind of revealed as well that, like, there's not much going on outside of the UK because for some reason they fixed it all.
Yeah. If you can get outside the UK, you're kind of fine.
Yeah, exactly. So.
Yeah. Here's one. You may not know too much about one of these universes, but here's one. You are a part of Task Force 141.
Sure.
In Call of Duty.
Mm-hmm.
But you're on Captain Price's side as Shepard has just betrayed you. So this is from the original trilogy.
Okay.
So you're being hunted down now by Shepard. Or you are a Halo Spartan during the height of the Human Covenant War.
Yeah, so the last one I don't really know anything about.
Yeah. Similar, you have overwhelming odds, but the only difference is you are a super soldier in a fucking armored suit, basically. So your odds of survival are a little bit higher in that essence, but they're also a little bit lower because you're fighting an imposing enemy that just...
Yeah, and one of the things that is worth mentioning is that Captain Price is incredibly resourceful.
He is.
And it's not just him, it's like his team as well. Like, you do have Ghost... Well, Ghost is dead.
No,
but
Ghost
you do have
dead.
Soap.
You have him and Soap, yeah.
And you do have, like, other operatives that kind of help out.
The only reason I'm hesitant is because when you get that mission where you're playing as Soap with Price, trying to escape, you are being driven in a car by an ally who immediately dies.
No, of course, but like,
the car.
that's the thing. It's like there's bullets that will kill you because you're just an ordinary human being. But the other one is a full-blown war.
Yeah.
Like, that's just death waiting to happen. Whereas with the other one, you're being hunted, but Shepard's hunters are only limited by their technology.
They're only limited by their technology, but they've got vaster resources.
Yeah.
And the thing is, in the other one, you aren't alone. You have a full army backing you as well.
True.
And you are once again a genetic engineered super soldier.
Yeah.
Where you can lift a tank over your head. So
yeah,
I think both have merit.
I would say if I'm in a situation where it's like life or death, whenever what happens, I think being hunted whilst being in the company and in the command of an SAS operative is probably the best place to be.
That's very fair.
Rather than being in a full-blown war and anything can happen.
Yeah, that's fair. I would say I would probably weirdly take the Spartan one, just simply on the basis I think also you wouldn't end up being alone as the only Spartan for a while. You'd have other Spartans around you potentially. And I feel like your odds of surviving that, because a lot of Spartans do survive the war. You're just essentially hoping you're not on Reach when you're stationed there, and while you may not know how important that is, but essentially Reach is the definition of everything went wrong for humanity at that point. But yeah, that's very fair. This is I think a bit of a doozy one. Be a Jedi during the Jedi Purge, or be a Sith during the Sith Purge under Darth Bane.
Ooh.
So, regardless, your chances of survival are very slim.
They're both 0, really.
They're both realistically 0.
Um,
But if you're smart, you could survive either one for a long period of time before being hunted down eventually. And in one scenario, while the Sith Purge wipes out the Sith, the Jedi are still there and are willing to take people in, potentially. While you're their enemy, it's the question of, is Bane the bigger threat, or are you as a lone Sith? Like,
I would say it's probably better to be a Sith during the Sith Purge. Because you can still pull a Maul in a way.
yeah, you can escape and hide.
Yeah.
And I think the main beneficiary thing is here, you are dealing with your own kind.
Yeah.
Who know how you think, but you know how they think as subsequence.
Exactly.
And Bane is infamous and famous, so you will have known about him beforehand.
Exactly.
Because he rose up. Whereas during the Jedi Purge, you aren't aware the clones are turning on you. And sure, we are, but that's why we're picking. We're going in and the moment you arrive, shit is happening. Like, Order 66 has just happened, and the Sith Purge has begun.
Yeah.
And yeah, I would say I would probably pick the Sith Purge as well. Next up, this is going to be a fun one. In all the DC cities of which you could live, which one would you live in? So I'll list off some options. You've got Keystone City,
Sure.
Star City, Coast City, Metropolis, and
Sure.
I think the least likely picked one, Gotham. Central City. Those are the main ones I've gone. There's a shit ton of other ones, obviously, but
I mean, it's funny because like a lot of them
that
have
shit
problems.
happens.
Yeah, and the power level of the Protector usually
Matches.
dictates the severity of what
Yeah.
goes on, or not even like it kind of scales with it in a way. So I wouldn't say that Metropolis is particularly safer than Gotham.
No, it's not.
It's
But
about the same, I'd
Yeah,
say.
it's about the same. The only difference is, I think Metropolis is you're not dealing with daily problems of that scale. It's
Yeah.
like once every few months or years or a year, a big alien threat will show up, like Brainiac.
Yeah.
But it's not every day Brainiac.
Here's my
shows up.
question:
Yeah.
Is Smallville an option?
I did consider it, but I thought that's just too safe of an option.
Okay.
So I did remove it.
Okay. I'm gonna say I would probably go for Bloodhaven because there is quite a bit of crime going on there. But there's clearly not enough crime going on there for Nightwing to consistently remain there.
Interesting. Okay. Fair enough.
And it's a bit of a nothing city, so it's like if you want to really like hit the crime like Hall of Fame, you're not gonna go to Bloodhaven. You're gonna go to Gotham. You're gonna go to Metropolis. You're gonna go to Keystone. You're gonna go to Coast City.
Yeah.
Bloodhaven is kind of one of those where it's like it's the small crimes, where it's like if you just kind of stay at home at night, you're kind of fine.
Yeah.
And during the day, you do whatever you want.
Yeah. Okay, interesting. So for me, it would be Central City.
Interesting.
And it's one, you've got someone like the Flash who
Yeah.
can save your life in the blink of an eye, like Superman, but you're not dealing with alien invasions. And the main key thing for me is the Rogues Gallery have a code of honor and ethics where they do not kill people. And admittedly, for selfish reasons, because then it's one less crime to their charges when they're arrested.
Yeah.
But I'm like, at least you know some of the villains there aren't going to actually try and kill you. So you feel a little bit safer.
I mean, they could do worse.
They could do worse, yes, but they often don't because they don't want to they inflate their charges or incite the wrath of the Flash because if the Flash is pissed off,
I mean, that's very fair.
Yeah. So for me, it was Central City. I love this one. A comic book themed one. You've got a female themed villain, Stalker, who's madly infatuated with you and loves you, but she is actively your stalker. So life is pretty freaky in that sense. I've got 5. I've got 6. I've got 4 from DC and Marvel, and then 2 more from other ones. So
Okay, so it is multiple choice.
multiple choice. Yep.
Okay.
You've got the Goblin Queen,
No.
Harley Quinn,
No.
Scarlet Witch,
Maybe.
Poison Ivy,
Preferably not.
Anissa,
No.
Stormfront.
I mean,
They're all bad options, but that's
yeah,
kind of
but
the
only
point.
one of them I said maybe to, so that's gonna be the one, right? It's
Scarlet
gonna be
Witch.
Scarlet Witch.
Interesting. Okay.
I mean, to be fair, when I said maybe, I also didn't consider the fact that she really desperately wants
Kids.
children.
Yeah.
So,
you may not get.
So there might be some like nighttime visitation that I not that didn't
And here's the
necessarily
problem:
consent to.
she has the powers to make you forget they're happening, or worse yet, she can just freeze you and then just.
Yeah, I'm okay with that. As long as I don't know what's going on, it's
What
fine.
if you are aware, though? What if she wants you to know that
I mean, she's not bad looking. I'm just gonna throw.
you
that
got to
out there.
focus on that?
I
Fair.
kind
None
of
of them
have to at that
none
point.
of them are bad looking, realistically.
I mean, to be fair, I mean, obviously none of it is consensual because I'm being stalked, right?
yeah, you're
like,
being stalked.
Like honestly,
actively.
like it'd be better if they just approached me and actually have a conversation. I don't know that any of them are better though, because Harley is capable of doing the most heinous shit.
She is.
Poison Ivy will try to turn me into a plant.
Or into her mindless thrall.
Anissa will probably beat me up to just prove that I am in fact the best mate for her, and then I die, and then she's like, I guess not.
Or she just beats you into submission.
Okay, wait,
and then
wait.
keeps you like a...
Is it just stalking, or does it actually escalate into something else?
I mean, it's mainly stalking, but it's also in the essence of, like, they're stalking you, and it's full stalker behavior, meaning if, let's say, you're at a bar, and a nice girl comes up to you and starts flirting with you, and the next morning you wake up and their head is in your bed.
I mean, then none of them are a good option.
Yeah, that, like, it's...
Because they're all going to do that.
Yeah, they're all going to do that. It's also, though, out of them all, who could do the least heinous shit, theoretically, or who has the potential to be the most... Because here's the problem. It's also, like, sure, on paper, Scarlet Witch and even Anissa are, like, weirdly the most, like, tamed, and that says a lot about them. But at the same time...
Scarlet Witch would just warp my reality into
Warp
one
your-
where I'm
yeah.
already with her.
Yeah, exactly. But then you also would go through the WandaVision show, essentially you would slowly find out, like,
That is a good point.
shit's weird, and then you've got to be...
I can't believe I'm saying this, but I might actually end up going with Harley Quinn.
I was going to say the same thing. And as one, she's the only one on this list who has no powers,
Yep.
which makes her slightly more manageable. 2, she's also the only one on this list who's ever properly fully been redeemed, to an extent. And sure, you may not be the one to do it, and that's not the story.
That's not a considerable factor at all.
Yeah, but it's also, admittedly, you are going to live in their universe as well.
Yeah.
So you have the option to go to people for help.
Yeah.
And it's who can actually help deal with this. And realistically, in the likes of Anissa and Scarlet Witch, not many people can help you with that.
No.
Whereas with Harley, especially,
I just go to Batman.
if you can get to Batman, Batman's just if you can even just get to Jim Gordon.
Yeah.
But she's also a stalker, so she's trying to stop you from doing that. So it's a lot to consider, but I would go Harley Quinn as well.
Fair enough. I'll probably end up doing the same.
Yeah. Next up, my last one here, and this is a really interesting one. You are told by an entity that you have to pick one team and they will protect you, but the rest of these teams are going to hunt you down.
Oh, that's one of
kill
those
you.
Facebook ones.
Yeah.
Okay.
The teams are, and I will list off the rosters, and I was even with them, so I've given each team 7 members. Even if the team doesn't technically have 7 members, I've filled up with team members who have worked with them before.
Okay.
So the teams are the Teen Titans. You've got Starfire, Nightwing, Beast Boy, Raven, Cyborg, Wonder Girl, and Aqualad.
Okay.
You've got the Justice League with Superman, the classic lineup: Superman, Batman, Wonder Woman, Barry Allen, Flash, Hal Jordan, Green Lantern, Aquaman, and Martian Manhunter. You've got the Avengers with Captain America, Hulk, Thor, Iron Man, Black Panther, Ant-Man, Wasp.
Okay.
The X-Men, you've got Cyclops, Wolverine, Jean Grey, Storm, Beast, Rogue, and Gambit. You have the Fantastic Four with, obviously, the Thing, Mr. Fantastic, the Human Torch, the Invisible Woman. You also have Spider-Man and She-Hulk and Captain Marvel, who's worked with them on occasion,
Fair.
just to round out the team. You've got the Guardians of the Globe with Atom Eve, Robot, Monster Girl. Immortal, Shapesmith, Black Samson, and I've given them Invincible just to boost the powerhouse of the team. You've got the 7 in their prime with a V1 Homelander,
Okay.
the Deep, A-Train, Queen Maeve, Starlight, Black Noir, and Stormfront. I am tempted, however, to exchange someone like the Deep with Soldier Boy just to add that extra bit of you've got a really strong team still hunting you there.
Yeah.
Which team are you going with?
My immediate thought was Fantastic Four.
Yeah,
because they have the technology to travel to other universes, so we could just escape.
Flash can do the same thing.
Right.
And he can bring someone with him. He could bring 2 people with him. He's got 2 arms.
This is true.
So he could zip back and forth bringing the members with him. So at least one, but then it's mano a mano. It's between one team versus one team then theoretically. But Iron Man could make something as well. He is smart enough to figure out how to build that stuff on his own. Tony is, and he's got T'Challa's 2 geniuses.
Yeah, exactly.
Actually.
I was going to say he isn't really, but Black Panther would help him, and Ant-Man would as well.
Yeah, so you've got 3 super geniuses there.
Yeah.
I would say then, so you've narrowed it down to it's 2 teams, but the problem is they're probably the 2 worst teams to still be chasing you down.
Yeah, exactly.
And sure, you've got the Justice League, but they've got counters to them and other teams that could really make life difficult.
Yeah.
Your best hope is the fact that Batman is probably the best strategist, or one of the best strategists there, but then he's got Cap to deal with as well. And
this is true.
While Reed isn't a strategist, Reed is incredibly smart.
Yeah. To be fair, Spider-Man is a very good strategist.
Yeah.
But, like, I don't know if he's, like, on par with, like, Black
Cap
Panther.
and Black Panther and Batman, yeah.
I mean, they do have real, like, underdog energy, though. That's, do. You know, I don't know if that's going to help them, but they do have that.
You loving the underdog energy.
Yeah. Because, like, with the Justice League as well, like, you'd have to deal with the Hulk. But with the Avengers, you'd have to deal with Superman and Wonder Woman and, like, so many other heavy hitters.
Yeah, it's a really...
So they're all really bad options, really. All of them will fail in their task. So you may as well just go with the one that brings the best vibes, and that's going to be the Fantastic Four team.
I like that. I do think that's a fair pick.
Yeah. Also, to be fair, the Fantastic Four team does have She-Hulk, which she is very strong.
She's strong, but she's just...
And the Thing.
So those 2 will slow down people like Superman or Wonder Woman.
And you still got Johnny Storm as well as like a ranged hitter.
Yeah. And you have Invisible Woman
can do a lot of protecting.
Yeah. And Reed, who could try and figure out a smart
Captain
solution.
Marvel's also very good at like the ranged attacks.
And she's still a heavy hitter on her.
Yeah, exactly. So I feel pretty good about this pick.
That's fair.
It's gonna be the Fantastic Four for me.
I would probably still, and I know it's a very basic pick, but I would probably go for the Justice League on the one element that they've got the best odds of giving you survival.
They do.
2, there are still vibes there with Hal and Barry because they've got vibes.
Yeah.
Not as much as sure as Spidey and Johnny Storm
and the Thing and
just the whole family
She-Hulk.
and She-Hulk. Yeah. So, but I feel like that would be fun.
And you'd get Herbie.
Yeah, you would get Herbie.
Like, he's not a member because he's not a sentient being, but you know, it's part of the deal. Herbie's vibes.
I think as well, if there's anyone I would trust to go above and beyond, though, to protect me, I know people might think I'm just going to say Superman. It's Batman, because Batman will do whatever it takes to come up with a solution to keep you alive.
This is true.
He will not rest till you're safe. And Superman, the same thing, but Batman has endless resources basically at his disposal.
Yeah.
And he will come up with a plan, a good plan as well.
Okay.
But yeah.
Nice.
There you go. Did you come up with anything?
No, but I could come up with some on the fly.
Yeah.
I did have one where I thought, would you rather be a clone trooper, or a Rohan rider?
Both have miserable odds of survival.
Not just that. You kind of have to also regard like how they're regarded as well within the larger universe.
Yeah. The Rohan are usually seen as quite well respected.
Yeah.
And honorable guys and warriors.
Yeah. Probably have a family too.
Yeah, and you'd have a family. The clones, you've got a massive family, but you're literally bred for one thing, which is war.
Yeah.
And once the war is over, You'd have to deal with the PTSD of killing your own friends.
It's not just that, but technically also once the war is over, there's also the whole thing of your kind is literally being hunted down.
Yeah. And in Lord of the Rings, you're dealing with one of the, arguably, perhaps the greatest evil
But
there
you
has
don't
ever been.
you don't actually experience the whole like your kind is being hunted down thing because you've got a
Yeah.
chip in your brain that basically makes you kill your general,
Yeah.
and then kind of be okay with it.
Yeah.
So you wouldn't even really worry about it that much.
True, but I think I've been rewatching the Bad Batch, and it still feels like even though they never openly talk about it, the clones are still dealing with the fact that they did just
That is
wipe
true.
out their own
Yeah.
friends. And while they're not questioning it, they're going, "Man, we just did that."
Yeah.
And in Star Wars, you have all this technology which makes life slightly easier. You're not living in some wooden shack in some really cold, like, English style area.
But Rowan Ryder is just like, you got a horse,
You got a horse.
bow and arrow, sword, shield.
You are, an infamously well-known warrior.
Yeah.
You've got a great king.
You live in a medieval fantasy situation where weirdly diseases aren't that prevalent.
Yeah, very true.
That's pretty good.
And there's magic, so there's ways around those diseases, most likely.
Yeah.
I would probably go a Rohirrim.
Okay. Fair enough.
I think that would just be... I think being a clone would just... You'd not have it easy.
No.
And fair, neither have it easy, but at least with a Rohirrim you could have a normal life.
Yeah.
Once the war is over. And you could just be like... When Sauron's defeated, if you're one of the lucky ones who makes it, when Sauron's defeated, you're like, no more evil.
Yep.
We can just live happily ever after,
Time
which
for
most
retirement.
likely won't happen, but still. Whereas with the clone, it's just you never stop.
Yeah.
And your chances of escaping to have a normal life are minimal, if non-existent.
They're pretty much non-existent. Yeah. I would have picked the clone trooper, I'm not gonna lie.
That's fair.
Yeah.
That's fair.
It's also because clone troopers have a way, as is kind of displayed in like one of the first season episodes, where depending on whatever like genetic mutation they have, they can set themselves apart with like their personalities and then push with that to get pretty far.
Yeah, exactly.
Like, I don't think any of them are bred for particular purposes. They just kind of grow into those
They
purposes.
grow into those purposes, yeah.
So I think that would be a really good opportunity to kind of grow into them. And then, at some point you're gonna have your brain kind of overridden, and then it's like, oh, my general's now my enemy. I may as well kill him because good soldiers follow orders.
Good soldiers.
But obviously, when I'm a clone trooper, before all that happens, I wouldn't be aware of that happening.
Yeah, exactly. Would you rather win, in its current state, the World Heavyweight Championship from Roman Reigns, or the Undisputed Championship from Cody Rhodes?
I'll probably go for the Undisputed Championship.
That's
mainly because I would like for Cody to be a champion for maybe longer out of the two.
Yeah.
But I also just really don't want to face Roman Reigns because he's a lot more ruthless.
It's fair. It's fair.
So.
Very fair.
Yeah.
I would have gone with Roman Reigns.
Fair enough.
One, because I just like the look of the belt more.
Fair.
And two, dude needs a good humbling.
That's true.
He needs a good humbling.
You are a race car driver.
Okay.
Would you rather race in a death race scenario, a Mario Kart scenario, or a Need for Speed scenario? So Need for Speed is pretty like almost normal,
basically racing. Yeah.
But also like those races aren't actually sanctioned, so you will have police come after you.
Yeah. And death races.
It's that one with Jason Statham.
Yeah.
Well, that was a remake, I think, but still.
I never actually watched that movie.
It's pretty good.
I can imagine the concept
It's
is very
the one where
simple, where
basically
you're racing and
it's the one where basically they make prisoners do race car driving for entertainment.
Interesting. Okay.
So it's like a gladiator thing, but it's with
and then
cars.
you have Mario Party, which technically Mario Karts, where technically you can't die, but it's rage-inducing.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah. To be fair, like you can't die, but those items hurt as hell.
Yeah, they hurt as like hell, and there's nothing more rageful than being in the final lap, seeing the finish line, getting blue shelled, and then 8 people overtake you.
Yeah. And also, there's nothing worse than looking back and you see Bowser holding the mushroom that makes him bigger, and then just drive over you. Or you turn around and you go, "What's that sound? Oh, it's Bullet Bill."
Yeah. That's true. Uh, I would probably go. I'm assuming no matter what scenario, you're a very good driver.
Yeah.
I would say then I'd probably go Need for Speed.
Fair enough.
As much as I would pick Mario and some fact that you won't die, I'd be so pissed off.
Yeah,
I'd be so angry throughout that whole thing. I'd be shouting obscenities at people.
Yeah. No,
Mario would give me the most like, just like shocked look as I just swore a fucking boatload at him.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I would still go with Mario Kart, to be honest with you.
Yeah.
The other two situations, like with those ones as well, it's like if you like spin out, it's not just that you die. Like that's
It's painful.
it's incredibly painful.
True.
Whereas with Mario Kart, like you have to deal with like a dinosaur, and like another a weird dinosaur creature made of bones.
True,
Like-
you have to deal with any of them, but you're gonna deal with things they're using on you, like fucking shells.
That is also true. I think that
And
the things technically
the
in the Mario
item.
Kart universe are a lot more painful,
Yeah.
but there are a lot less like
You're not gonna actually die.
like
There's
if like
there's no hate as well.
yeah, and like there's pain,
Well,
but then you kind of spin out a bit
there's
and then
your
you keep going.
Yeah.
Whereas with the other ones, it's like if you spin out, you're done. Like the race is done,
Yeah.
and then you lose your car or something.
Yeah.
And you know, I'm not even talking about Death Race, where it's like so much more violent,
Yeah.
like
yeah.
ridiculously more violent. So
Yeah.
yeah, I would go Mario
That's
Kart.
very fair.
Would you rather be a live spectator on a Super Smash Brothers match or on a Mortal Kombat match?
Mortal Kombat.
Really? Okay.
I think it would just be because I'm assuming while you're a live spectator, you still get to hear the whole Mortal Kombat.
Oh, absolutely. Yeah.
Fatality. Yeah.
Oh, absolutely.
I
But
think
but it's also the kind of thing where you're going there as very much a human, and if Earthrealm's champions lose,
that's true.
then you are part of the people who die.
That
Having
is
said
true.
that, with the Super Smash Brothers one, you will be out in space for some of it, which is fucked up, but also kind of cool.
All right, I'm gonna change. Yeah, Smash Brothers.
Yeah, I would do the same.
Yeah. It'd be cool, but then you're like, yeah, the stakes are a lot higher
Oh,
in
yeah.
Mortal Kombat. It's cool. Look, I think the fight would be more entertaining to watch.
Oh,
weirdly.
absolutely. Yeah.
But yeah, the stakes are a lot higher.
Yeah.
Would you rather
Hmm.
have a T-800 following you, stalking you to kill you? You're its target,
Yeah.
but you've got like a protector that
Like Kyle Reese.
Yeah,
situation.
Kyle Reese,
okay.
yeah, who knows how to fight them.
Yeah.
Or be part of an elite military squad. I think you know where I'm going with this. In a jungle, but something else is hunting you there. But not just you; it's hunting all of you, and it's a Yautja predator. Or you are like part of a crew on a ship in space, and you stopped off on a planet briefly, and you've got like security forces with you and things. And then when you took off, all of a sudden one of your friends has something wrapped around their face.
I don't know.
And then it comes off, and then they're fine, and then obviously a xenomorph sprouts out. So would you rather have to deal with a xenomorph, a predator, or a T-800 Terminator?
Shit, dude.
Chance of survival for all three are very slim.
I'm gonna be real with you.
Yeah.
Probably the Predator,
Interesting.
because it's mainly for the fact that there's a team there.
Yeah.
Because you know, a team against a T-800 could also be very useful, but he's still incredibly adept. A team against a xenomorph does not matter.
Yeah.
Because he's constantly hiding, right? Especially
Yeah,
in
it's hiding, and the thing is, you have like your team will learn as it goes on. Like not only that,
Yeah.
it's got acid for blood, and you're in a spaceship.
Yeah, and
in
also
space.
in all of these scenarios, I'm dying because I'm not gonna be the Dutch character. I'm gonna be the character that dies immediately.
Yeah.
Character, whoever the bespectacled bloke was.
I think weirdly the one I would go with is the T-800
Interesting.
on the simple basis of like I'm going with a philosophy of I don't know any of these three things when it starts, but when it does, okay, there's alien predator thing that can cloak and has advanced alien technology and weaponry. I
Right.
wouldn't know how to deal with that.
Yeah, this is true.
There's an alien xenomorph. I don't know how this thing thinks. I don't know how it hunts, and I'm learning it as it goes. And I'm learning there's very few ways to kill it safely. The other one is just a machine at the end of the day. It's a very versatile machine, a very durable machine. It's incredibly hard to kill, but you can find ways of dealing with it.
This is true.
That's the only and while it's you and one other person, this one other person does know how to fight these things.
Interesting.
Yeah.
I've got one more.
Yep.
I don't know how many more I can think of.
That's fine.
Assuming that any of the bad things that occur in the respective stories happen way past your lifetime, or maybe even like in whatever way they're uninvolved, would you prefer to be a Jedi during the High Republic era, or a wizard at Hogwarts? Again, assuming that all of the shit with Voldemort doesn't happen while you're there.
Yeah, it's like it's before Voldemort's
Order 66
time.
happens way past either your retirement or your death.
Yeah. So High Republic, it's like 1,000 years before Order 66 and 1,000 years after the.
Sorry, I didn't mean High Republic then. I meant like the
New Republic.
Well, it wouldn't be the New Republic. It's just whatever the Republic era is before the war starts with the Galactic Empire.
Okay.
Because the New Republic is after that.
Yeah, the New Republic is after that, and the High Republic is. Well, then technically you'd be there during the Clone Wars, I guess. Then
that's what I meant. Yeah.
Yeah. So a Jedi during the Clone War period.
Yeah, it would be just before the Clone War period.
Yeah, so just before, just as the golden age of the High Republic ends, basically.
Yeah.
Okay, and then a Wizard of Hogwarts before Voldemort is even a thing, basically.
Yeah. So basically, it's like, let's say, assuming you're choosing to be an ordinary human, at the age of 80 or something, is when the Phantom Menace occurs.
Okay.
But with the Hogwarts situation, it's like your grandchildren will probably be like Harry's classmates.
Yeah. Okay, so your grandchildren. Okay.
Yeah, so you're there in the 1960s, 70s, whatever it is.
Yeah. Oh, that's actually. I'm going to go with a wizard.
Okay.
On the basis of if you're a Jedi, you are very restricted in life.
Yeah.
You are. That is it. That is your life.
Yeah.
And you cannot have attachments. You can't have love. You live for the Order. You die for the Order. Your whole life is the Order. Whereas with Hogwarts, you're going to school. It's not a safe school, admittedly. It's still Hogwarts. Yeah. But neither is being a Jedi. Neither are particularly safe. The Jedi, I'd argue, is probably safer, but it's more restricting later down the line.
Yeah.
Because once you finish at Hogwarts, you finish school and you go off and you get a job. And you have a family and so on. And you're still a wizard with cool magical powers. Whereas as your Jedi, it's like, no, you don't ever get to leave the Order. Or, well, you do, but essentially you're you can't use Force powers anymore kind of thing. No. Because essentially they would shun you in a weird way.
Yeah.
So yeah,
I'd go
that.
I'd pick the same thing.
Interesting. Okay.
Yeah. No, I think being a Jedi in the concept of your weapon and your power set and everything is much more interesting to me.
Yeah, it is.
But it is very much the same thing that you're describing. It's if you're a Jedi, you are effectively like a priest of the Force.
Yeah, exactly.
And you have to live in this sort of air of celibacy and commitment to the religion.
Yeah.
Whereas wizard is just something you are, and not something that you're necessarily dedicated to. So once you turn 18 as well, you can do whatever you want with the magic. I don't know that there's many rules circumvent using magic in the Muggle world, other than you should just not really let yourself
do it, and if you do, you have to be very subtle about it.
Yeah. But if you don't get caught, then it doesn't really matter.
Yeah, exactly.
So if it's small things where I get home from work or something and I'm like, oh fuck, I left my keys at home. Hello, Mora. Fuck it. Get back
exactly.
Inside.
You just don't
I'll use the magic for the most mundane shit.
Yeah, you use the magic for the mundane stuff. But
it still elevates life a little bit.
Yeah, it makes life easier ultimately.
Yeah.
It eases the quality of life for you.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's a good one. I do like that.
Yeah.
I'm
starting to think of more.
Okay, here's one. One of them's going to have to be a bit of a gender bender.
Okay.
You are either a Atlantean in Atlantis or an Amazon on Themyscira.
I would say Atlantean because, well, they can't really breathe above water.
Yeah.
They're not actually told not to go there.
Yeah.
No, they can still go there for like all kinds of things. Whereas
Yeah.
if you're in Themyscira, you're just there. That's
Yeah.
you're
You're
locked
either
in.
there or you're exiled
Yeah.
to man's world.
Yeah. So to me, I feel like, and being an Atlantean just offers a little bit more versatility in life.
Yeah, very fair. And you are basically living in a thriving superpower, whereas
Exactly.
yeah. Whereas the other one, you're living under an authoritarian regime that no one really seems to talk about, admittedly. You are a Kryptonian.
Okay.
You were locked in the Phantom Zone. You've now gotten out of the Phantom Zone.
Right.
So
No
I
more
the story
Krypton.
for one of them a little bit because one requires a bit more story. But you are with Zod
Okay.
initially. But then you go to Earth and you meet Kal-El.
Hmm.
And you find out there's another way of doing things. So you either are a Kryptonian that turns your back on Zod and the other Kryptonians, or you're a Viltrumite who turns your back on other Viltrumites, like Omni-Man did.
Right.
Which one would you rather be?
Oh, I here's the thing. I think it's really easy to say, oh, I totally side with Superman.
Yeah.
Because, my own morality would dictate this much,
Yeah.
right? Where it's like, oh, I'd want to protect people. I wouldn't want to attack them. Having said that, having known no one other than Zod for as long as I have, and then encountered Kal-El, I'd probably be like, I am okay with you, like, choosing to do whatever you want to do, but at the same time, I have my people. Zod is my people. I've been with him this entire time, and like, it is like it is what it is. We do have to like further our people in some way, whether it's by breeding with these people or like whatever means we need to do. So
while you wouldn't outright betray Zod, you would essentially try and see if there's a way.
I would try.
forward.
Yeah, I would try to see. I mean, obviously that's not really an option, but I would try to see if there's a middle way in there. If there is no middle way, then I'm 100% going to blame Kal-El for not being able to be flexible about this thing.
Which is ironic.
Yes.
Yeah, which is the irony in that situation. But okay, so you would rather be a Kryptonian
Yeah.
in that situation. That's fair. Because I think, I would probably be in the same boat, because even if I did turn on Zod, your chances of surviving Zod are a little
like
bit higher than...
it's not even the like I would prefer. It's just my thing is more like I would do this. Like it's not really a preference because I would have such a different context.
Yeah, that's very fair.
My preference would be to just be another protector of Earth, because it's like, I want to do good stuff.
Yeah, that's fair.
I think we've talked about this one before, not necessarily on the podcast, but it's been brought up before. Would you rather be an ordinary person in the Star Wars universe during the Galactic Civil War, or an ordinary person in the Forgotten Realms?
We had discussed this.
We have discussed this at some point.
I think I said Star Wars at the time.
Yeah.
And I think I'd still say Star Wars.
Interesting.
On the basis of, sure, you're only an ordinary person, you've got to deal with the Empire.
Yeah.
As long as you don't rock the boat,
You're kind of okay.
You're kind of okay. Whereas in Dungeons and Dragons lore, that's not often an option. Especially
No,
when
there's always a problem.
There's literal gods fucking around the place, and half of them want to fucking conquer the mortal realm or destroy it.
Yeah.
You've got problems to deal with on that scale. Sure, there's adventurers and other very powerful wizards and so on keeping...
No, but this is the thing, is like, if I were to live in the D&D universe, and I would encounter some adventurers, I'd fucking move.
Yeah.
Like, I wouldn't stay
The
in
moment
that
adventurers show up, you move house.
Yeah, they don't necessarily seek trouble, but
trouble
seeks them.
follows them.
Yeah.
Exactly.
So I'm out of there. Whereas with Star Wars, it's more like, you can kind of get away with things.
Yeah. I would say the only thing I would bear in mind with the adventurers is, like, you see what they're capable of. If they come in, they're only capable of really weak shit, you'd be like, okay, they're probably only going to attract weak stuff like goblins. And while that's not fun to deal with, if I just lock the door, barricade myself
Well, exactly.
in. But it's like, if they come in and they're like, we are the champions of the realm, and they're like, essentially, contextual-wise, level 20, at that point I'm going, I'm fucking dead. Because their villain's going to be fucking Vecna or some ancient dragon that's going to just also, wipe out my home.
I'll be completely honest with you as well, like, knowing some of the players of the game as well.
Yeah, exactly.
They would come into
they're
my
more
home,
likely...
start fucking robbing me, and then go, oh, well, there's no problem with this because we needed more.
Yeah, exactly.
And it's like, you need what more? You need my plates? You need my fucking gold? I worked hard for that.
I've got a new one, and this one, people watching, unless they
Yeah.
actually are friends with us, I'm not gonna have any content. It's kind of the
Yeah.
same theme of this one.
And then let's make this one probably the last one.
Yeah. Would you rather deal with the Marxists, deal with the heroes from the first campaign in Indonesia, or the pirate one, or the current one? Who would you rather deal with as a group of adventurers?
All right, let's give you some context. So the Marxists is one of the first campaigns that I played with Guy as the DM. It consisted of a warforged who is out for vengeance for the most of it, and then becomes the king of the people who did him wrong in some way, but mainly by accident. Also, his blue-haired friend that brought a lot of trouble of her own. A very trigger-happy Russian-accented artificer, and two of the same guy from slightly different timelines
And
that just like to kick shit around, and a bard that also
a
is
cleric, actually. I think he
Oh, a
he was
cleric. Yeah,
wizard
you're
cleric,
right.
Yeah.
A cleric who behaves like a bard.
Yeah.
So that's already not great.
And he forgot to mention the most important one of all: a NPC barbarian
Yes.
minotaur who is just a force of nature
Yes. So that's team
and
one.
dumb as rocks.
Team two consists of, first of all, a cannibal, a woman who is in love with the cannibal,
A man who fell in love with a woman he did not remember the name of, who was eaten by said cannibal.
It's not okay. Let's not get into this too far, but it's not that he didn't remember the name of her. He never asked.
Yeah. I'll just end it.
I'll keep going with
Yeah,
the
you
context
keep
while this thing that happens frequently happens again. A cat who steals shit. Another guy who a lizard, a lizard bard, and that's about it really. I think there was another character there.
No, there was
Yes, a druid.
and what did Grace play? Oh, she played a cleric as well. But
That's right, yeah. So between these two, I would say Marxists.
yeah.
Move on. Next in the thing. The parent campaign. Terrible people all around. Alright? You've got a captain who abandoned ship pretty early on. Relatively early on. There was a pretty violent guy who left pretty early on as well. And was replaced by a guy who was undead and then a vampire and then a bunch of other things. A guy who just loves violence for the sake of violence. A person who came in briefly and then went away again. A quartermaster who became the captain, fairly reluctantly, I believe.
Yeah.
Who was always in for just robbing people mainly.
And having a good time.
And having a good time. And all of this, by the way, to keep in mind that a bunch of these really just terrorized a guy who was willing to help them fix their ship. So, no.
And for context, other context,
I played the guy.
The vampire bard
Yeah.
also portrayed everyone at the very
Yes.
end.
So, not that one either. So, it's still the Marxist versus the current campaign. The current campaign, that's the one we said, right?
Yeah.
So, the current campaign is a guy who is not particularly brave, but he's trying. A paladin who wants vengeance to an extent, but also just really likes money. A guy who we don't know if we can trust him yet. One would say that he's very obsessed with corridors. I don't know about that. Like he's trying to stay out of them at times, but you know, when you get knocked down, there's not much you can do. A barbarian who, when she rages, becomes a fucking monster. A shapeshifter, always a good time. And who am I forgetting? I think
Wizard.
that's the wizard. Yes,
the
there is a wizard there as well.
Who is
I
the
actually forgot
sister-
the wizard in the pirate campaign as well.
Who was in the pirate campaign? Who?
Yeah. The sister. She's the sister of the
The rogue.
the rogue in the
yeah.
pirate
So there's a
campaign.
rogue
Yeah.
in the pirate campaign who's
Yeah,
a
yeah.
kleptomaniac and very uncaring unless
Yes.
it's small animals, basically, or
Yes.
big animals.
Animals in general.
The animals in general.
So her sister's in this. I would say, honestly, comparing the two, difficult, because there's still a lot of danger in this group, but I mean the trigger happy like Russian artificer is really just pushing a lot. I think ultimately, what was the question again? Who would I rather?
Who would you rather? You're a mundane, let's say, shopkeeper. Worst
Yeah.
thing to be in this, or tavern owner.
Who would I rather interact
Who
with?
would you rather deal with? Who would you rather deal with?
Well, this has been a very quick and interesting gauntlet. I would go as far as to say probably rather deal with the current campaign.
Yeah, I
Yeah.
think as just a random shopkeeper, that would probably be the easier one.
Yeah,
Weirdly.
I think with the Marxists, again, there are chances that it will go very well, but that's only if one of them speaks, and that would be Rin.
Yeah,
Everyone else would fuck it up so gloriously.
yeah.
So there you have it. My answer to a question about things that you probably don't know anything about.
Unless it's our friends watching.
Yeah. Not you, Kevin. You wouldn't know. I think that'll be it for that one.
That's fair.
Yeah.
All right.
We still managed to fill in a good amount of
Yeah.
time with this. So thank you again for watching. This was Guy's idea, and I think it was a very good idea. It was very fun.
Yeah.
So we'll do this again in the future.
Yeah.
And we'll see you when we do. Take care.
Nice.